So I'm back at this pond in the middle of a field on an absolutely gorgeous day, and my aim today is to catch every single carp in here. It's going to be tough to catch every single carp in here, which is what I'm probably not going to, but I'm going to catch at least 2 today, I reckon. For those of you who know, I came here not long back and I caught 2 common carp within the space of 2 days, obviously, but I caught common carp every time I've been here. So today I'm probably going to get a common carp, but my aim is to get a mirror carp. I know there's some mirrors in here because I saw them last summer feeding off the surface, so that's my goal. But yeah, sun's blazing behind me. It's going to be an absolute blast today. So let's get my rod set up and get catching these carp immediately. Well, that's that done and dusted. The rods are now out and I'm going to get some bites pretty soon. I bought my pole because I can't not come to this pond without my pole. The little fish in this pool have been like dud all winter, and now it's a hot day, I think they might be active. So I'm going to try my usual spot with the whip, get it set up. That was a fail, but I'll get it set up, put the rig on, get some little fish hopefully. Because I know there was a heron here not long ago, but he can't have had all the fish out of it. Pole's rigged up now and I got some lively maggots. They don't look very lively because they've frothed up for some reason. I left them in the sun and that happened. But they're very lively and wriggly, so I should catch a fish on these. Now that everything is set up over there, I'm just going to have a stroll around the circle of the pond and check out all the margins and the bushes, just to see if there's any carp near them. Now usually there's always a bunch down this margin where I'm at, so I'm going to check out this a little bit. All the way down there, there's usually loads of carp on the surface, just making a bunch of ripples and stuff, disturbing the water and all that. I haven't seen any signs of them yet. I'd imagine they'll all be at the deeper part. It's really warm out here for us humans, but for the fish, the water's still freezing. Hence why there's none on the surface in the bushes, on the surface anywhere. They're all going to be in the deeper to semi-deeper parts, which is where I'm casted. So I'm going to bag up today, I promise you. I have a bee raid in my tackle box at the minute. I didn't know bees existed this time of year. They've come back to life. That's a good sign that spring's approaching. Now, the last time I came here, it was really windy and it weren't as warm as it is today. And I eventually caught one after about 2 hours. So I'd say today we'll get one within the first hour and a half to 2 hours of being here. We've been here about 40 minutes so far, so not long to wait. It's about time I have a recast on these rods. They've been out almost an hour now and I've had no joy. So I'm going to cast them into 2 different locations because the carp obviously aren't where I casted them. I've changed the bait up a bit. I've put a yellow wafter on this time instead of the red krill ones. I don't know why I did this, but these ones actually smell delicious. I'd eat this, so I'm sure if I'd eat it, a carp must want it. They actually smell delicious. So let's get this thing casted out right in the middle there, quite far. Boom, perfect. I've just discovered this spot underneath the trees here and it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really shallow, so I think it'd be more better for pole fishing. But the carp in the warmer weather, like today, but I doubt they'll be here today. All the carp will be coming up here in the summer. There's reeds and everything for them to hide in. And then underneath the tree there just looks like a massive carp breeding spot. And it just looks like somewhere where a carp would lurk. Here, I'll try and get a good shot of it. Just under there in the trees, overhanging all of this here. Carp would want to be in there. We're heading into the second hour of fishing now. Not much joy, and I'm really surprised of that because look behind me, you can see the great ball of fire there. The sun's blazing. We have had a fair amount of recasts on the rod, only 1 or 2, and now they're in completely different spaces, and we've got the catapults out and catapulted a ton of bait over there. By the way, I forgot to mention, we've got a 3rd rod now. Arnie's arrived, so we've been chucking a load of bait out. Spots are definitely baited up. We've just got to wait for the carp to bite. For instance, the last recast I had about 10 minutes ago, I casted it directly the other side of the pond pretty much. A bit farther than I anticipated it to catch, but I did end up casting too far. All is good though. I don't mind it being casted that far out because there is a lot of fish over that side. They usually all gang up on the margins over there, like I said earlier where I was. The baits just aren't kicking in yet for some reason. We've got 3 different coloured wafters on 3 different rods. We've got a krill one, an orange chocolate one, and a pineapple one, tutti frutti or something. And then we've got loads of ground bait in it and everything, and we're using the right stuff. The carp just obviously aren't feeding at this time of day, which I'm certain that they'll start feeding soon. Whilst I'm waiting on bites from the carp, what I'm going to do is come round the pond with my pole and try out some different spots in my free time whilst I am waiting. No, I'm not sure where the little fish are. They're probably all schooled up somewhere. It may be in the deeper ends, just like the carp, but I wouldn't know if I don't try. So what I'm going to do is just walk around the pond, keep casting out with this, leaving it in the water for a few minutes where it is, and hope for some bites. I've never really noticed these until today, but I'm walking around the pond with the pole obviously, and there's all these old fishing pegs from when the pond used to be a syndicate, but but there's about 5 or 10 of these pegs, so it's pretty cool. They are literally just concrete slabs, and most of them are sunken, but some of them are still standing, just like over there where I am. There's a nice one that you can stand on. Just cast it into this little bit here, and I'm stood on another one of them pegs. It's covered in a load of mud, but there is some tile underneath that. And this one's looked pretty worn out, so must mean it's a decent fishing peg if it's worn out. That's a little tactic of mine, that is. When I want to find a good fishing peg, I always look for the ones that are trampled over. If, say, it's a grass peg, look for it like muddy, because that means a lot of people fish there, meaning it's probably a decent peg. Seeing as we've been waiting about 4 hours for a little bite, we got a little bit bored, so we've been splitting a few rocks, and we found some cool looking ones. Like, look at that. I reckon I could sell that for £1,000,000. This waiting game's going on way too long. Honestly, the fish is silly. It's kind of weird how I came to this pond on like 2 freezing cold days. They weren't freezing cold, but there was very windy. I think it was 40-mile-an-hour winds or something. And I caught 2 lovely common carp out of here. And today I come on probably the hottest day of the year so far and catch nothing. What's going on with that? I'd say I've been here for almost 5 hours now, and that's quite a long time to go without a fish. It's quite crazy. Most people would have given up by now, but not me. I stick at it. I really want to catch a carp out of this pond because they're so enjoyable to catch when you do eventually catch one. They're just beautiful things in here. They're better than your stock pool carp because they're just natural, I think. So what we've said, we're going to stay until 3 o'clock, which is in 30 to 40 minutes, I'd say. So if we can get like a last minute pull in the last 40 minutes of this session, that'll be incredible. And there's a good chance we will, you know, because carp do tend to feed early morning or late afternoon. It's approaching the late afternoon section of the day. And the rod tip does keep twitching slightly. It's not moving like I've got a bite, but it does keep twitching. So that's a sign that something might be playing with the bait. We'll roll on the next 40 minutes. I've been walking around the pond again, and I've just found this thing, and you can't tell me that doesn't look like an egg, so I picked it up, and it's a rock. But it looks exactly like an egg. That's a pretty cool find. I've just walked across the fields because the pond is all the way over there, as you can see. It's literally in the middle of the field there. But then where I am now, I've never been. And then I've just found another pond in the middle of the field here. Look at that. It's a bit brown in the water, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure if there'd be fish habitat in it, but I might as well fish this one day. Yeah, look at that bad boy. That looks like... It looks big enough to hold some fish. It's deep enough to hold some fish. It looks about 1 metre deep, yeah. This is a cool find, you know. There's bound to be some sort of living thing in here. Even if it's like the smallest little tiddly roach you've ever seen. There's bound to be something. It does look more like a farmer's drainage pond, less than that one over there in the field that I'm fishing. But it is a cool find. Anyway, let's get back over to the pond now. Hopefully the rods haven't gone while I've been out. I'm back now. I've sent Arnie to look for the pond now, because it's a pretty cool find if you ask me. And I'm just watching the rods at this point. I have had no joy at all on the pole today. It's absolutely terrible. I usually have a lot of fish on the pole, but not today. 3 o'clock on the dot now, as you can see. I'm not sure if we should pack away yet. I think I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes or so, just to maximise my chances of catching, because I'm desperate to catch a carp today. I've been here for about 6 hours almost. I think I'll pack up the pole, leave the big rods out for a little longer. Well, these rods have been naughty today. They ain't caught me a fish, which I'm very disappointed about, so I'm going to give them both a strike at the same time, just in case I have anything on. No, I don't. So I'm going to reel them in one by one now, because it would be stupid to reel them in twice at once. I think it'd be quite hard as well. So there's one in, and then here comes the other one. Get this bad boy in. On it comes. I can see the method feeder coming in. I can see the red wafter on it. Looks like a lure almost. A perch would probably bite that, but there's my 2 rods in now. Fishing is over. Well, now that the rods are in and packed away, I've got to bring the video to an end here. I know, I'm just as disappointed as you are. Honestly, I thought I was going to catch one within the first hour, but the fish had other plans. With it being the 3rd time I've fished here for carp, I thought I'd get 3rd time lucky and get loads. But apparently not. I spoke too soon at the start of the video. I didn't get every single fish in the pond. It's quite unbelievable though, really. I've been here about 6 hours, and within 6 hours, that's a decent amount of time, a good chunk of time, to catch at least 1 or 2 carp. And I know for a fact there's more than 2 or 3 carp in here. But oh well, it's been an enjoyable day anyway. It's been lovely, the weather has, so that's a good sign of it picking up. A lot more activeness from the fish, that means. But it's now time to wrap the video up. Check out my merch at willsjonesbrand.com. Go and buy some of that. I've put a bit of a discount on them for you, so go check that out. Please like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here, or if you watched and you aren't subscribed, just subscribe please. It helps the channel a lot. Put the post notification bell on. Become a member of the channel if you want for exclusive videos. You can even choose a video for me to film if you'd like, but that's a good perk, I guess. So yeah, go check that out, but for now everyone, I'm off, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.